When it comes to RV life, there's a lot of mistakes you can make.
Like dragging the back end of your RV on the ground.
Stop.
Or hitting a tree and tearing your roof.
Hit the roof and rip the roof on the edge of the roof where it folds over the side.
Or losing a solar panel while going down the road. Getting stuck in the sand.
Nope.
Forgetting to turn your engine exhaust brake on while driving the country's scariest highway.
Smoking in there? It's no bueno. Dang it.
Or forgetting to secure the shower door on a travel day.
I forgot to latch it.
And as you guys know, we've made a lot of those mistakes that you can make. But perhaps the biggest mistake you can make when it comes to RV life is buying the completely wrong RV. And it seems we might have made that mistake as well. If you watched last week's video, you already know the reasons why we think this RV might not actually be the right RV for us, but it really all comes down to the fact that we did not ask ourselves the questions you should ask yourself before buying an RV. And so we have 5 questions that if you're thinking about getting a new RV, you need to ask yourself before you do that. But first, we've got a pretty big upgrade that we need to make to this here RV that we've had planned for a while. And so whether it's us or somebody else, because we sell this thing, somebody will be enjoying this upgrade for years to come.
All right, so we're getting this, okay, you can come too, boys. We're getting this thing ready, guys, to go on a trip. But there's a few things that we got to do to this thing for it to be ready. One of them is we're having a suspension upgrade done. I don't know if you guys remember Ashley from Performance Stroller Braking that helped us figure out that our seals were blown at the in Tolona when we were up there. But they're coming out. They're going to upgrade our suspension, which gets rid of all the wet bolts. I don't know if we said or not, but there's 26 wet bolts on this thing. This suspension is going to replace all of them. We won't have any more. We won't have to worry about that. It's going to be great. I don't know so much about this thing. We'll wait till they get here so they can tell you more about that.
Listen, all Craig knows is that Ashley was like, yeah, there's a suspension upgrade you can do that gets rid of your wet bolts.
I was like, sign me up.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
He was like, we have to do it before it's time for me to grease them for the first time.
Yep.
So
Which means before going on this trip and coming back.
Here they are. It's cool, the folks at Performance Trailer Braking have installers all over the country, so they just like come to you wherever you are. Good morning. Now this is service here. I got milk and everything.
Good morning.
Good morning. I had told Ashley we needed to run to the store for milk, and she said, I'll get it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah.
So with the Roadmaster slipper spring, each individual leaf in the pack is a 1/16 of an inch thicker than the leaves on a standard double leaf spring that you get from manufacturing. So this, even though this is a 6K rated spring, when we take off these 8K leaf springs on your trailer that you currently
I got 8K.
have, from manufacturing, all 7K axles are getting 8K springs on a lot of the newer manufacturers. Our experience is actually most people are overweight, not on triples, but on tandems. If you are a 7 and 8K, a lot of times you're already overweight because you got that mindset that I've got these bigger springs, I've got these bigger axles, it's gonna hold my stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think people realize how much pots and pans, pantry stuff, clothes, personal hygiene, you start adding your stuff.
I disagree.
Okay.
I don't think you can be overweight if you don't weigh. If you never weigh, you're never overweight.
I mean, that's a theory. The other thing that I like about the Roadmaster slipper spring is this piece right here. The weak part in the springs and where they break is under That's first one with the eye.
I've seen that.
Right in here. There's a lot of times where the springs break. So hence why they go to that bigger size. They've got more weight. They've got more support. They got more leaves in the pack. Well, Roadmaster has redesigned it, and the second leaf actually comes all the way around the eyelet. So this is double.
Yeah.
This is no longer the weak point because it is double and looped around towards the eye of that spring.
So normally the second one ends, I guess, somewhere
Right
in here
there.
or something. It just snaps right past it.
Yep.
Ah.
So this is what it looks like inside the box. So that's gonna get drilled into the frame.
You can see where the gold
Yeah.
bolt goes
I see.
here,
Ah.
silver bolt goes
Yeah.
here.
So
That
those
spring
will
rides
be
in
through
between.
those.
Okay.
So this allows the spring to roll front and backwards.
Interesting.
All the existing equalizers and shackle systems, everything is up and down, which is yanking on your springs, which is part of the reason springs go flat. The other reason, because there's too much weight in the trailer. So this, it all moves front and back
That's
with
nice.
you
Yeah.
instead of up and down. The box would essentially be looking at you like that. There's another hole back here.
Okay.
That's where this shock gets mounted to. And then it will connect down to the arm of the tie plate under, I have it backwards right now, but it'll connect under here.
The shock's just acting as a
shock.
stabilizer.
A stabilizer, and it allows 5 inches
Oh.
of travel.
Okay.
And they're the only ones that don't require greasing.
Oh.
Alright, IS has a chamber that you still have to grease the shocks in.
Oh.
The new Kurt TCS, there's still 4 wet bolts on the Kurt TCS that you need to grease for the dual shocks that they have in
Yeah.
each wheel. I have yet to see one of these fail either.
Nice.
I know everything has a failure point. But people ask also, what would you recommend carrying? Everybody likes to carry spare parts. Half the battle when you're out on the road is being able to have the parts. I would carry, technically, this is a separate piece. Those would be the pieces I would carry.
Oh, that's not
That's
too
it.
bad.
But I think this is the perfect system for y'all because I know y'all like the DIY stuff,
Yeah.
and this is a super easy system to service.
And just to set and forget.
Yep.
That's what I'm liking about it. I don't have to maintenance it or nothing.
Yep.
And again, because a lot of people are like, oh, so I don't ever have to grease anything again.
Them
This
people
is
have never
nothing-
greased anything.
This is, you will not grease your suspension. We are not talking about inside the wheels.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Still
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people do like to do DIY. That is one of the biggest tidbits I'll give you is when you're doing this, do not tighten and torque everything on the one side and then go to the other because you'll have to come back and unloosen a lot of stuff to get it to line up properly.
And don't worry, guys, we're not letting Craig off the hook. We are going to make him do some work today, too.
Craig's getting up here. He's gonna do some drilling.
All right, we're about to get started. They done told us all that we need to know, and should only take about 5 minutes. All right, now, so these are bad being in between the springs.
Yes.
Why?
Well,
Well, it's not supposed to be that way. I know.
it's supposed to go around the whole pack. The strong metal ones like this one help keep the pack in alignment. The biggest culprit for your pack coming out of alignment is your U-bolts are starting to loosen and creating wobble. So your springs start fanning. The leaves in the pack will start going opposite directions and fanning out.
I've seen that.
These clips keep them together.
Okay.
The strong metal ones will indeed keep them together.
Okay.
The really thin ones, they're not strong enough to hold the pack together.
Yeah.
It's a lot, from my understanding, it is actually more so for shipping purposes pre-install to keep the pack together. These metal ones are a lot heavier duty and are intended to keep your pack from fanning out. How yours got in between the 2 top leaves, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have no idea. I can't, I mean, you can speculate on all kinds of things, but ultimately I have no idea.
Especially with, I think what we were saying earlier, I have like 2,000 miles on it. So that one's in between the spring. And then this one's just completely opened up already.
And this is how it's supposed to look.
Yeah. And this is how it's supposed to look.
So the worrisome with this, for me, is with that clip coming in between these springs, it's creating a gap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, potholes and bouncing are going to find weak points, which is going to cause this to break.
It's basically causing exactly what you were talking about earlier, where leaf springs like to break, where this second one ends and then it snaps, you know, right there at it. So it's just doing that further down now.
Essentially, yes.
Well, good thing we're getting rid of them.
You see the difference in the thickness
Yeah.
between the individual leaves.
And
Oh,
these
yeah.
are, would we say these are 8,000?
Yep. These are
8,000 leaf
So
springs.
this is what we just took off the trailer.
Yeah.
We as in, not me.
Craig did it.
Craig did it.
No. So 8,000, and we said these are 6.
Yep.
We're going to a 6 due to the weight of our RV. We weighed it again at the cat scale, so that's how we figured out what size leaf springs we needed. But look how much thicker the 6 are than the 8 for the individual leaves.
Then on top of that, you get 2 of the steel bands instead of the 1. And it's more important with the steel ones that are thicker to keep those on there. They're basically just a supporting point. If your U-bolts are in torque, then you shouldn't have any issues with them fanning out. But these are just, you know, extra insurance, you know.
I've only put, if we were in the truck, I could tell you because I've got it logging all the miles that when we tow with this. But I want to say right around 2,000 miles on this thing. It's not so many miles, but the crazy part is like, these are all the starts of issues down the road. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of
And we're getting it done now. So we're not replacing it because ours is fully worn out. We're replacing it now so we get the full benefit for more miles.
I'm pretty excited about this new suspension upgrade.
Test it
though.
out.
Yeah, we will too. We got big trip coming, big trip.
I like how these look though. It's real, like,
It's clean.
sleek, clean. Yeah,
It looks beefy too.
it does. I like it.
So all we're doing here is we're drawing, we call them torque marks. That way you don't have to come back with a torque wrench and check them individually. You can look at the lines. As long as everything's still lined up, you're good to go.
Awesome.
That's
okay,
the
so you
maintenance
just
of the
drive
suspension.
or draw the line. Where's the line at?
Right here.
Right. Oh, I
Goes down
see
the
it. Yeah,
side
yeah,
of the
yep,
nut
yep. I
and
see.
lands
That's
on
perfect.
the plate. And this is going to be on everything
Awesome.
because this is a full torque system.
That was a mistake. I should have not.
It's good for me.
It stresses me out.
What do you got?
My safety glasses. I'm so glad everybody in the comments should be happy. What's next, gloves?
All right, you ready?
Yeah, what are we doing? All right, so are we on this one?
Yep, we're going to start here on this one. First thing to do is to get this box in place. This is actually a little bit tricky. You almost need 3 hands to do this. This spacer here has to fit in between the box. The gold bolt has to go in the box, in that spring hanger hole, and in this spacer. Now you want to slide this bolt from the outside in. That way if you ever need to replace it for any reason, it's super easy to take off. You don't have to worry about getting underneath there, taking off wheels, whatever.
If I drop it on my
Yeah,
face,
be very
that's
careful
gonna
because it
be
will
terrible.
hurt.
Yeah, you're gonna have a broken tooth too.
I'll help you out on this one. Get that.
Okay. Dang, how do you fit your hand in there though too?
Hey, it's tough. Yeah, you have to shim that box to your right a little bit. All right, how's it look? Is it in there?
Almost, there you are. Ah, I did that easy.
Oh, so easy.
All right, so for this next piece, this is the most important part.
Okay.
So we have to make sure that this box is in alignment. So you see how you move it there and it's got play
Yeah.
left to right, it wiggles.
Yeah, how you do that?
Yeah, so we've got to make sure, what I like to do is I'll put my fingers on the outside and make sure they're both pretty evenly spaced. You've got about 1/8 of an inch that you can work with, but you want to get it as close to even as possible.
And what happens if he messes up and it's not even?
So you really only get one shot at this because we're drilling holes in the slotted piece of this box. So we've got to make sure. I'm going to get down there and double check everything before we start drilling, but we've got to be sure that we're in the right spot. So what you can do is mark your first hole here.
Okay.
This is the most forgiving hole right here.
Once you got your spot, get your face away because those little
Yep.
metal shavings do hurt and they will fall in your eye.
That seemed like where we would have wanted it.
Yep, that's it. Like I said, this is the most forgiving one right here because you've still got play with where you want to take it. Once you drill that second hole, that's what it's going to be.
Got me. A little warm.
These, I like to make sure that you're as level and plumb as possible. So, yep.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what you can do now is,
Oh, we're not straight.
yeah, this is where you can move it around a little bit. You can put your fingers on that the face of that box there and figure out where you need to be, where you need to move the box for it to be within the measurements. Yep. All right, so go ahead and just snug it up. We don't want to completely torque it down. We just want to hold the box in place so it's easier for you to drill these next couple holes. Right there, perfect.
I think it's good. What do you think?
Yeah, let me crawl down there and look. It's pretty close. I might bump that out just a little bit more. While you're drilling these, it's on the inside that is. Obviously, if on the outside, you'll see the hydraulic hoses. I've never seen them run to the outside. They like to run them right on this I-beam. So when you drill the inside, we like to take a pry bar and just stick it in the underbelly and just pull those hydraulic lines back. Because if you nick one, this whole thing's coming down. I would drill this hole first.
Okay.
Get this whole box set in place and then come back here and do these.
All right. Said the front one, right?
Yep,
Or the outside? So shove this guy up above it, right?
Yeah, and then now you can actually rotate it. Yep, just like that. And then push it all the way up in there. Did you hear that difference in the bit whenever it almost went through there?
Yeah.
We hit it too.
The pry bar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good trick.
Man. Well, could I put this above the hole?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Try that. Let's try that. Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay. It didn't crash down?
No, we're still standing. We're still standing.
Must have done something right, huh? You want to make sure that, number one thing, that the box is straight. It has to be within 1/8 of an inch.
And that beautiful red bottle right there to your left, Loctite.
Well, do you want me, should I put it on now or run it through and then?
If you keep that, what I do is I keep that first one where it is, and I'll run the other 3 with the Loctite.
Okay.
And then I'll remove that first one and then put Loctite on it, pull.
I think we're
You like it?
pretty good.
You can always snug it up to where it just gets tight enough to where it's holding the box flush.
I feel like we're too far out on this side a little bit.
On this right side? Or the
Over
left
here,
side?
yeah, like it's pushed out to the outside too
Yeah,
far.
I see what you're talking about.
Too much?
What
Oh,
you
my.
could,
Oh, you're
this.
pretty gosh darn
yeah,
good.
it's within the
Yeah.
it's within the spec for it, but
Yeah.
Okay. That one.
yeah, so go ahead and do your last one over there, and then we'll come back and Loctite this one. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you want us to mount this one, Craig.
I want to do it.
That's the spirit.
Let's try this knee technique.
And you'll slide this one in from the outside.
Tell us, Craig, what are we doing next?
We're doing a spring and it's gonna be the best install ever done. Okay, now this guy.
This is the fun part right here.
Yeah, so you got 2 spacers.
Yep. Wow, you made that look easy.
Oh yeah. I do it in
You
my,
got bull spacers in?
yeah. I just do this in my free time, you know. Nice. No spacers or anything either, huh?
No spacers on this one. You'll set that on top of your little spring bolt there. Yeah, you'll have to see if that brake line's gonna be in the way or not.
Might have to go in.
And if you have to, back there where it's hitting, if you have to bend that brake line out of the way, it's no
Okay,
big
so
deal.
that would be fine.
Yep. And I wouldn't go all the way down with them, that way you can still get the Loctite on the thread. Now that you've got the Loctite on those, you can snug those all the way up.
This is my next tool I've been wanting.
Yeah, this is kind of cool.
Make sure on the back side of it here it's set to 100 foot-pounds. And this is kind of the same concept. I'll go one, then move to the next, move to the next.
Like not tighten it all the way up?
Right.
Okay.
You see how those shocks on the other side are sitting at an angle?
Mm-hmm.
That's what these wedge washers are for. We've got to get this shock at the right angle. This is going to come through the back of the box just how it is. You're going to slide it in just like that.
Up here?
Yep.
Or, yeah,
there's a hole on the back, yeah. Once you get it through, it's going to go another wedge washer, and then the washer, and then the nut. And another cool thing about this system is if you need to replace a part, like let's say you have a broken spring, you don't have to take the other tires off in order to replace the spring because they're all independent of each other. I would still use jack stands if you have access to them, but let's say you break your center spring, you can leave the rear and front tire on and replace that entire spring without ever pulling these two tires off.
That seems like the suspension to go with.
Yeah.
Just from price and being able to work on it, it's good. And there ain't wet bolts.
All right, you ready to do the shock?
I think.
So we'll pull that nut off the back here and pull the entire bolt out. So you're gonna wanna put your bolt through that bottom hole there.
Oh.
There you go, awesome. That's torquing everything down, that's it.
It's like put together.
We still gotta get the cross member in, and besides that, we're done.
And that guy, it's going in the back there?
Yep, and this is the big one that you wanna have the cross member on. A lot of the times with the Roadmaster, we box in the whole suspension.
Yeah.
But since you've got the spare there that's gonna block us from putting in the front cross member, this is the most important one because it gets the most torque whenever you're backing into your spaces.
Oh,
or
from
making
like
tight turns.
Yeah, okay. Because when you're backing in or making sharp turns like you're saying, you're dragging your wheels pretty aggressively.
I would say 85% of the time when somebody has a broke spring hanger, it's one of the back.
They are. All right, so before we were talking about the bushings, these are the 3 different kinds. This is the one, the chintzy plastic one, that unfortunately comes a lot of the time on trailers to begin with.
The leaf spring we got in Alaska had one of them on it.
Yeah. The upgrade to that is the bronze bushing. This is what you use wet bolts with. Then back to another, it looks plastic, but it's not plastic. This is the Lippert Never Fail bushing. This is what is in the Roadmaster springs. This one grease deteriorates. So that is the cycle of the 3 bushings and the upgrade options. The other big thing we always like to hit on are upgrading your lug nuts. All manufacturers across the board, regardless if it's a 1/2 inch or 9/16, if it's long or short, use a capped lug nut. As you can see on this one, it starts to crack and swell. Eventually, you won't be able to get a socket over it. And even if you do get a socket on it, it just spins the cap.
Yeah.
Not the lug nut. So we sell and recommend the solid 1-piece lug nut. There is no cap. They aren't going to swell. They aren't going to crack like that. And at $2.50 a pop, it's a pretty simple upgrade to ensure that if you need it, you can get your tires off.
There we go. Look at that. It's all done.
All right, guys, we're finished. They got all our new suspension put on and it looks great. I'm excited about getting to go travel with it. They did a great job too. They knocked it out pretty quick, pretty efficient, way better than if I would have done it by myself, that's for sure. Oh, I'm so glad I did it. Good, I'm so happy for y'all.
Well, thank you.
How can people reach you? How if they want to reach Performance Trailer Braking, where do they go?
Info@ptb2.com is our email address. And then our website is performancetrailerbraking.com.
Other than suspension, what else do you guys do?
So yeah, we do the Roadmaster suspension and MORryde suspension. And then we also are distributors for Dexter axles. So we can do axle swaps or upgrades. And what we're most known for is disc brake conversions.
Oh,
Getting rid of those drums and putting on the disc brakes.
If you're still going with drums, you're missing out. I don't know. Disc brakes is probably one of the best upgrades you can do, in my opinion, especially for like safety.
It's the #1 safety thing you can do on your rigs.
Thank you, Ashley, Chaden. You guys are awesome.
What do y'all think about the new property?
Oh my God, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, no, you got to tell them it's terrible, so
oh, sorry.
nobody else wants to come out here, you know?
Yeah, don't do it, guys.
All right, upgrade's done, but there's a couple more things we have to fix on this RV before we can set out on our big trip that's gonna tell us whether or not we wanna keep this RV or not. And while we're fixing those things, which Craig's gonna tell you about, we're gonna go over our 5 questions that you need to ask yourself if you're thinking about buying a new RV, before you do the buying part, preferably, unlike us.
First thing we gotta do, I don't know if we told you or not, but our water hose reel was leaking in this thing, so we have to replace it. We also had to take out the water filtration system to get to it, so we gotta install that back as well.
And similar to the AC, this is the new one, we kind of just have it sitting here.
Yeah, I just put it there.
But similar to the AC, it's not serviceable, so...
No, I actually took this whole thing, I took all these screws out and took it apart.
Of the other one.
And then like pieces just fell out of it, because I guess it's like sandwiched together and holds the pieces and gears and stuff together. So I found out cannot take it apart and service it very easily.
So Brinkley just sent us a whole new one to pop in. It was a little traumatizing when we opened this thing up though and saw a puddle of water, full of water. Anyways, no major damage. It wasn't as much water as it looked like.
So our first question is, what is your travel style? Basically, do you travel fast, slow? Do you like to take your time and make a bunch of stops along the way, or what? We have changed our since starting the RV. What way did this go in? There used to be, this post here used to hold the other one some way or another.
Other side should be the back that goes on the post somehow.
Oh, there we go.
Looky there. Right, so what is your travel style? Basically, how many days a month are gonna be spent traveling versus living in one spot? We used to be slow travelers, but now we're not. When we are in our travel season, we travel fast a couple of times, 2 to 3 times a week, which means you then need to ask yourself question number 2, which is how much travel day friction are you actually willing to deal with?
So how much are you willing to deal with frictions are you willing to deal with on travel days or just when you're RVing? Is one thing you probably want to think about. So if you have like a bigger, fancier RV like this guy, especially compared to like the Class C we have, this is way more work. It feels more fragile. Like you don't even want a big bug to hit it, because you got to deal with that. So it's just more stressful to travel with this, to move it. It takes longer to set up and tear down. Smaller RVs, especially if they don't have slides, way quicker. Like you just pull into the thing, you hook your electric and water up, and you're good to go for the most part, sewer too. And so this is like, you got to put the slides out. You got to make sure you got enough room when you park it to put the slides out. For some reason, the leveling gear always tears up at some point on these. So if you got, which some of the smaller ones have leveling gear, but not 6 of them. So that's another thing to consider.
If you're gonna swing by a Walmart parking lot,
if you're swinging by a Walmart parking lot for an overnight, you got to make sure you got plenty of room in that parking lot. Or trying to do a
roadside attraction. Craig never lets me do roadside attractions when we're in the 5th wheel. I only got to do this.
Finding a place to park on the side of the road with this thing to go look at something, or even worse is the attraction of being somebody's tight little property or something, and there's never anywhere to turn around. So
no roadside attractions if you buy a big rig, basically. No,
you're basically going to your destination that you have picked out, and that's where you're camping. No.
If you're only moving once, twice a month though, who cares?
Yeah, you deal with it then. I mean, it's fine.
Kind of brings us to question number 3 that you need to ask yourself. Are you buying your RV for comfort or for freedom?
Yeah, if you plan on living in it full time, no other house, you probably will want something a little bigger to store all the stuff you're going to want to take with you and all that. The reality of RVing is that most people only do it for about 2 years and then they're done. They traveled the circle that they want to travel, and then they get rid of their RV. So, and if that's you, I mean, don't go for the biggest and fanciest one. Get the one that's gonna allow you to do the route that you have set out that you wanna do and enjoy it the most.
Because that's the thing, where's your priority? Comfort or freedom? Comfort used to be more of our priority. Now, we lean more towards freedom.
We wanna get to our spot, do the things we wanna do, and get to the next one and do them things, and then come back, do some DIY projects on the property, and when we're on the property doing them projects, we want a nice, comfortable house that's looking over this water that I can walk out on and go fishing and do all that stuff in between DIY projects.
So as you can see, we've got lots of answers to these questions now. It's too bad we didn't ask them to ourselves 5 months ago. All right, hose reel is in place. Next up, filter.
Okay. Pretty bad looking.
I gotta turn around. It's so shadowed. I don't think you guys can adequately see how terrible this is. Yep. I told Craig, I was like, we might need to change the filters. He's like, why? I'm like, because of that brown one. He's like, it's not supposed to be that color. No, it's not. So this is from, well, it's probably a couple things. But probably the last RV park we were at was on well water. And we were on well water without our iron filter here at our property for a little while. I think you're supposed to change these about every 6 months.
Yeah.
We're almost to 6 months, I think.
Are we already?
All right, question number 4 that you gotta ask yourself if you're gonna buy an RV. And this is a tough one to really admit, but I guess to admit that we didn't really truly ask ourselves this is, are you actually okay with spending the amount of money that the RV costs? Like, are you actually okay with it? Not just like initial answer, but really sit down and think about it. We pride ourselves on having, throughout our life, making pretty good financial decisions. Like, we do pretty decent and not like accumulating tons of debt. We never like had a bunch of credit card debt or anything like that. But this one, we didn't do our thorough thinking through. I'll just say that. We didn't. You got anything to add to that? What are some tips you can tell to people when they're thinking about spending a bunch of money on an RV and whether or not they actually want to do it?
If you think about spending a bunch of money on an RV, don't. Save $20,000 and get the cheaper one with the same floor plan. Don't be like us, be smart.
I guess the thing we really didn't think about was opportunity cost. And that is, what could the money go to if we didn't spend it on the RV? And that's where we really failed. The opportunity cost. We didn't think about it. We didn't think about how we could literally build a tiny home or something really cool on our own property for way less than the cost of the RV. Final question, question number 5. Is this RV going to make sense for you 6 months from now? I feel like this is where we didn't ask ourselves this question at all, because we were thinking about how nice it was going to be on our property with a great big living space, an office in the back, a patio on the back, and that has been very nice, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been great.
Well, honestly, don't even get to go out on the patio as much as I'd like, but when we do, it is great.
It is nice. But what we didn't ask ourselves, in 6 months, when we're gonna start traveling again, is this still gonna make sense? Because you sure as heck don't wanna buy a new RV for only 6 months. So it's a really good question to ask yourself. It seems like an obvious one, but sometimes even the best of us can miss it.
Oh, turning it on?
Yeah, it's filled up one already. Well, ain't it filled up? Oh, there goes 2. Holy. All right. Well, I got to put the wall back. I was about to say we're put back together, but still got to put the wall in, which is just held on by magnets. So. All right, guys, we got this put back together. We just got to clean up everything out here, which we ain't gonna bore you with that, guys. There ain't no sense in having you watch us clean up stuff, but we do got a couple of updates for you. Update 1, we're not putting the solar panels on the roof. We had a bunch of comments in that last video. It's like, why are you gonna drill holes and put solar blah if you might get rid of it? Good point. That's the way to use your noggin. if we do end up keeping it, we'll put the solar on it then, because we do have the generator.
We got extra battery power now.
Another update is our hydraulic fluid is leaking. I think we mentioned that somewhere. But this guy,
or at least we think it is. That's the thing.
I mean, it's definitely shouldn't have fluid. Like you can see the shiny down here. See, that's definitely just leaking.
And we had already cleaned it up once.
Yeah.
So we do think, but in order to really know the full level, we have to retract all the jacks and see where it goes.
Where it lands. So we'll wait till we're getting ready to pull out. We're gonna buy some, bring with us. We know what kind it takes. And if it is low, once we retract them all, then we'll fill it up. It also it kind of looks like the cap might be leaking. I don't know, because there's some fluid around this top here
so
too.
Is it sloshing out a little bit?
It dang sure shouldn't be.
No, but that would be an easy fix.
Yeah, new cap, I guess.
Yeah. So tell us in the comments if you have any other questions that you think somebody who's about to buy an RV should ask themselves. We gave you our top 5 that could have probably made a different decision if we had asked them to ourselves. But what are your questions? And let us know also if you're excited to see us get back on the road. It's been a little while. We're not.
Have we told them where we're going?
No.
Or should we?
If you want to.
I think we're gonna go to Arkansas, which it might not sound super exotic to anybody, but how many of you has actually explored Arkansas? Arkansas's got some really nice terrain, heights, parts. We've been once real quick, and I thought it was kind of cool. So
but we're going up to some places we never explored.
Yeah.
Northwestern Arkansas, maybe even a little Missouri. Some of those, the Ozarks. I'm actually really excited to get back on the road. We love this home base we're building.
Yeah.
But we also love traveling, and that's why we want to find the right setup for us.
My back loves traveling.
Yes. Craig's back needs a break.
But look, you see all this cleared out behind us? If you don't remember what it looked like before we got here a few months ago, go look at some of the first videos of this property. We have been working, guys. We did just get back from a little vacation. It was like a week long. We took a break, didn't film or anything like that. And now I'm ready to go travel. We shouldn't have done it. Now it's like, it's time to go. I'm excited.
We'll see you guys next week. We're hitting the road.
Bye.
Okay. Still safe.
One more.
One more.